Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. Happy New Year to you all. I hope you all have a great 2020. It's absolutely going to be a beautiful one. I know it for all of us. There's a lot of energy out there, and there's a lot of manifestation power that is possible in this year of 2020. And I hope you all leverage it positively for sure. There's a lot that we can use to co-create out there and make the world just a better place, a little bit at a time. So anyway, thank you so much. I hope you all had a great New Year's Eve celebration into 2020 last night. It was a great time. I hope you had in any way, shape, or form that you have celebrated. And anyway, let's get to it. We have an awesome show for you, and one that I've been sitting with for a little bit, trying to see, okay, is this something that I should talk about or not? And it definitely was not leaving my mind. So I have to get this out. And it's one about our path and how the importance of letting go and moving with the flow. So we so often come into this with an expectation, and I'm no different. When I first started, I wanted to see so much with my third eye. But it's important to understand that just because you have that expectation doesn't necessarily mean that's where you're going to go. And we have to learn collectively, but individually, to move with the flow. Don't try to control, don't try to force, don't try to make things happen. We really have to begin to just be in the moment and allow the flow to take us where it's meant to go. Because honestly, we go through the veil of forgetfulness, so we don't necessarily remember what our soul's purpose is, what our soul's mission is. So we must, in turn, then begin to let go of our expectations and where we think we're meant to go, and allow the universe to take us there. Our guides, our ascendant masters, let them guide us, because what we think isn't necessarily what is. So the more we hold on to these expectations, and the more that we hold on to these desires that we have, we could be, I don't want to say disappointed, but you could. I mean, truth be told. And like I was saying, when I first started, I wanted to see so much with my third eye. And I tried so hard to see. But that was part of my problem. I was trying too hard. I wasn't just going with the flow. And it took me a long time to figure that out. And after I realized it, I found great peace. But it, like I said, it took me a while. So when I would like start to meditate initially, and I would just focus so hard on my third eye, and I'd be like, just make something appear. And I would clench my fist really hard, and I'd be like, all right, make it happen, make it happen. And sometimes I would come out of a meditation, I'd actually be disappointed because I wasn't seeing anything. And a lot of people that I work with now, students, if you will come to me, and they're like, and they say, "Hey, Chris, I'm not experiencing things the way that I thought I would." Well, that's true, because what you thought you should do, or what you thought would happen, is a form of expectation, and we must let go of that. We must find peace in the process itself, because if you don't, you are going to you're going to find yourself in situations where you do feel more disappointed, and you might feel more let down, and you might not feel inspired to do something more, which is actually part of what you're supposed to do more. And but because you're feeling frustrated, and because your expectations aren't being met, you are not going to be in the flow. And if you're outside the flow, as the energy's moving, you're going to be stuck because you're waiting on this one aspect to develop. When in reality, there's a divine timing. And just like the layers, things grow in layers. You release in layers, you grow in layers. You can't typically speaking, humans can't wake up one day, make the decision to be enlightened, and then poof, you are, and your body just starts accepting all of this light energy into it. Like, there's a process here, and if you're not willing to allow yourself to be susceptible to that process naturally and within divine timing, then you're going to struggle a little bit, and obviously we don't want to see that. So let go to the process and understand that divine timing is very important. And I'll share a few stories with you. Um, I'll share a few stories with you that um, that I've experienced over the years that have helped me come to the understanding that it is important to follow the path, but not expect. You set an intent, you put energy into that intent. Like, for instance, me with the occupation, right? For years now, I've been saying I want this to be my full-time job. I'm putting energy into that direction, and things are beginning to manifest themselves. And as time has gone on, I've been doing things in that direction that have helped align myself with where I'm going. But it just didn't happen overnight. It's taken some years. And it was the releasing of the idea of what I thought was going to happen. So I thought I would become a medium, and I thought I would see more, and most of the communication was going to come through my third eye. That's what I thought. And I quickly realized that's not happening, and then I started to understand that more, and I let go. And that's what we all need to do. So I don't want to start repeating myself, but it is important to understand that concept in just being in the flow and allowing things to develop as they will. So with that, we come to 2020. And this year and coming years are going to be huge energetically for creating what it is we are looking for. But again, not in the manner in which we have to allow that flow to happen. But the energetic shifts that are going on in this atmosphere, in this planetary realm, are huge. And hopefully you guys are experiencing that internally as we go within. You will, the more that you do go within, you're going to experience this shift in energy. The communication is going to increase. The ability to co-create whatever it is you're looking for is going to happen, should you so choose to be one with the process. The time right now is so large, or so big. The opportunity is so big right now that if you really go within and really you're going to come out a very you're going to find your purpose. You're absolutely going to. The energies are shifting. Everything around us is indicating that that the opportunities are here to be one. And obviously, you always have the ability. However, the direct result of all the light workers over the years and the past decade, all the work that's been done both in this realm and on the other realms beyond, has really provided us with an opportunity here that we should really seize. And I see people all around me who are beginning to understand, even on a subconscious level. And it is so amazing to see, like, the people that are coming to me for sessions and for teachings, and to hear what they're feeling, and to hear what the messages that they're getting after they take the course, or even when they just begin to open up a little bit, where they are being taken is just so beautiful to see. And we all have a different purpose. Every one of us has a unique purpose and a unique path. So honor that path, because that's another thing that I see quite often is a lot of people, they say, well, hey, I want to get information like you, or I want to channel like you, or I want to do this like you. And again, I completely understand that, because when I first started, I wanted to be like other people as well. Obviously, I wanted to see more. I do see, but it not to the extent that many other people see. My third eye is open, but just not. I, you know, most of my information is channeled. So, um, but we have to be aware of that. And when you're in the flow, and when you are allowing this energy to, when you're going within to accept your true purpose and path, you're going to understand that each of us are different and where we are going is different. We're all going to end up in the same spot, but how we get there is going to be different, which is also why there are no judgments. So release into that flow, and allow your path to develop. And as I was saying, so many of my students are coming to me and they're expressing this to me like, hey, I want to do this, I want to do that. And it's just so beautiful to see the universe work through us all. When you could take a step back and look at this and see what your purpose is, and then we start to collectively come together in groups or sessions, and we begin to understand that there really is a huge picture out there that is working beyond our visual sight, and um, uh, beyond us as physical beings. Like, there are spiritual things working in the back end that are really helping us, and they have the plan, and they see the plan so much better. And that's why we let go of our expectations and our thoughts of what it should be, because we really don't know. It's their guidance that we are opening up to, and we are allowing them to show us the direction, not us forcing it. And how you see that direction isn't a sight, it's a feeling. It is a reoccurring feeling that continuously comes in. It's a feeling that starts out as a thought like, okay, I want to make this my a full-time thing, or hey, I want to heal people, or hey, I want to provide people messages of love and guidance from beyond. It starts with those ideas, right? And then as you begin to release into that energy, they will start to show you different things. They're going to lead you, and they lead us in so many different ways as far as how they communicate with us, like through messages, through numbers, through music, through colors, through shapes, and through our own intuition, through our own feelings. And pay attention to the reoccurring ones, because those are the ones that are going to, that's giving you the indication of, hey, this is where they're pushing you. So these are all the things to be aware of. And don't get frustrated when you're not noticing it. Just continue to be in the moment and allow it to flow. Be at peace and know that in time you're going to figure it out. There was, let me see, was it 2 summers now? It's almost 3 summers coming up, where I was getting messages. I was seeing dragonflies, a ton, and I knew that the message was change, and change fast. But for 2 straight years, I literally was so confused as to why I was seeing them. And I literally would go to them and I'd say, I see the dragonflies and I know they mean change, but I don't understand what change they're talking about. Can help me understand these messages more. And I'll tell you, ladies and gentlemen, it is not easy sometimes. You get these messages and you are confused. You're like, what are you trying to tell me? Yes, but that's how they work, because we have free will. So Be at peace with not knowing. It's so important. It is so important to be at peace with not knowing and realizing that in divine timing, you will know. So at the same time I was seeing the dragonfly, I was also seeing 808. And for the life of me, I was just so, I could not figure this out. And yeah, I was confused, but you release, you let go, you understand that, okay, in time I'm going to figure this out. I got it. I get it. And for 2 straight years, I was writing this in my journal. I'm seeing dragonflies, I'm seeing 808, and I have no idea what they are, but I would continuously go to them and I'd say, "Please help me understand what you're trying to tell me here." And sure enough, it took me 2 years, but I figured it out. And when you do figure it out, right? If you can find peace in being in the moment and not relying or not trying to figure it out at that very second, you are going to figure it out. You just got to find peace. And I'll tell you this. I was working with this girl. She comes to me. She goes, "All right, I want to learn from you. I want you to teach me." So I'm asking her some questions, and she's like, "Yeah, I'm not meditating. I'm not going to meditate. I'm not going to, be aware. I'm not going to do anything else. So teach me what to do without doing any of that." And I was like, you know what? I'm going to see what we can do here. My premise is meditation is really the key to all of this, but whatever. Let's try and work with it. Well, so I met with her one time, and she was all over the place. Like, she could not control, or she was not aware of her mind. And honestly, her emotions were driving her. And that's not bad. There are no judgments here. It's not bad. I don't recommend it. I feel like you should not allow your emotions to control you, but whatever. She was allowing that, and to each his own. More power to her. So I was trying to give her exercises that I was very optimistic about that could help her not to help her to do things and realize how she was getting messages. So I was really trying to tailor my classes, my course to the way in which she wanted to do it. Now, I realize now it probably wasn't the best thing that I should have done. I really should have tried to hold her a little bit more accountable to what I teach rather than the way she wanted to learn, because she didn't she got frustrated. She kept wanting it to be a certain way, and no matter what I said to her, no matter how I tried to tell her, you cannot expect it to be the way that you want it to be. You just cannot, because you don't know. We don't know. Only they know. We go through the veil of forgetfulness, but they haven't. They're there to help guide us. And if we don't release to that guidance, and if we try to control it, well, we're just not going to win. We're not win. Let me rephrase that. It's going to take us, our souls, a lot longer to figure out how to communicate with us, because the ego mind is way too deep in her mind that it needs to find another way. So I tried to find another way, and she was not receptive to that idea. Again, totally okay. But eventually she came to me and she goes, "You know what? Never mind. I don't want it. I don't like, this is not what I want anymore." And it was really unfortunate, because she had a lot of potential, but she just wasn't willing to let go. She just wanted that control, and she wanted every answer right then and there at that moment. So she would go, "Well, what about my past life? Why do I have blocks from my past lives?" And I actually did get images for her, and I would tell her about them, and I would tell her, there are ways that we can cut this. And she would go, "Well, no, you can't cut it. It's a block that's there forever." And I'm like, "No, Only if you want it there forever, it will be. But you can cut it. There are ways to do that, and I can help you with it. And I can tell you what to do in order to do it. But, if you don't want to listen to how I do things, then why are we doing this? Like, why are you coming to me then? Like, clearly you were led to me for a reason. So why don't you accept the way that I teach, and I'm trying to work with the way that you learn, and let's work together. And she's like, "Yeah, no. I don't want that." So, unfortunately, she got out of everything. She distanced herself from it all because she couldn't let go. She just needed to control. Why doesn't she know everything right at this very moment? And it was really unfortunate. But her soul's learning, truly learning. And I know in time, her soul will figure it out, how to align with her body and how to overcome that ego mind that is so deep there. But I tell you this story because of how important it is to let go and to not control and to just be at peace, be in the present. And when you truly are in the present moment, you are going to figure it out in time. But allow that time to develop. Allow your soul the opportunity to really guide you in the direction that you're meant to be. And if you don't, fine, that's fair, but it's going to take a little bit longer. So, yeah, so be at peace there. It's really, really important. I have I have people right now. And Nicole, you know who you are. I'm working with her right now on trying to find this peace. And she's doing an awesome job. She's definitely doing it, and I'm so proud of her because she is definitely learning this. This is a different person. She is definitely learning to be at peace in the moment, to appreciate the journey, because it really is in the appreciation of the journey, not of actually getting to the destination. It's appreciating every step along the way, every obstacle that comes up and overcoming that obstacle and getting around it and finding a new way really is the beauty of all of this. It really is. And there's so much peace there if you just allow it to come in. And it's important. You're going to find where you're meant to go. If you continue to work at it. You're going to get the messages, you're going to find the meanings if you just let go, release, be at peace, and know that it'll come. Continue to work, continue to research, continue to study. You will find it. I promise you, you will find your path. Seriously, I do. And I will so that's my message today, the path and how it changes. And or not how it changes, but it does change. As you begin to make these decisions, right? As you begin to vibrate higher, your path does change. So it's all laid out in front of us prior to our incarnation. But you think about it, the more we vibrate high, right? The more greater our purpose becomes, and the more we align with that higher purpose. So like um if so think about it, like you have a a billion different paths in front of us. You're at a fork in the road, and in front of you are a billion different paths. A billion, seriously. And each one is just a little different than the next, depending on the continued choices that we make. So the if we continue to make these choices that vibrate on a higher level, they are going to change our course in the lifetime. And you're going to find a purpose that is just so important to not only yourself, because ultimately yourself is what we're after, your soul. But you're going to find how you can be of service and how you can use your own gifts, your God-given gifts, to be of service to people and to bring love to them. You're going to find that. The more that you and this has been channeled so often in these podcasts recently where they talk about it is in the high vibrational choices that we make that allows them to come in more. And the more that they come in, the more to us, to our energy, to our auric field, the more they come into that, the better the guidance that we get. Right? So these are things that we cannot forget. That the more high vibrational choices that we make, that allows them to come in a little bit more, help us more, and then thus change our path even more. To go and to be in more of an alignment with God, with our purpose, with the universal energy, with our team. And it's so beautiful. But just enjoy the moment. Find the peace. Find the peace. Find in the moment, in being in the moment, in being in just enjoying the path, right? And knowing that at any given moment, don't think about the path, or, well, think about making high vibrational choices, but don't necessarily think about the path. Let the path come to you. It's almost like you're making the choices and then the path is just naturally put right there in front of you. So when you think of those a billion paths, the only choice you're making is to vibrate high, and then the path almost chooses you, and then you go forth. And then again, every high vibrational choice, every high vibrational service that you are to people, the more and more you do it, the path just comes right there. Okay, this is where you're going, because that right there is acceptance of the path, right? That is you not choosing, but allowing the path to come forth. And I am realizing something right now. I am seeing the path in my mind, right? And I wasn't aware of that at first. I'm seeing all of this. Wow, I'm just noticing this right now, that as I'm talking to you, they are channeling through me right now, and I'm becoming aware of this right this very second. I can feel, I can see, what's happening there, and I can, like, that path thing that I did, that was a channeled message. Wow, I didn't even realize that at first. They really are coming through me in these podcasts, ladies and gentlemen. It's pretty. I'm sorry. I still get so excited because I'm still like, oh my God, that's so amazing that they're coming through like this and communicating with you guys and coming through this podcast, and I don't even realize it at times. But I am seeing this picture right now of the path, and it's shrinking as you're making your high vibrational choices. And as long as you're making them, the path just comes to you rather than you go to it. Wow. Man, that's a channeled message right there. I know that. I can feel that. That's amazing. All right. Anyway, I am going to step back now. I am going to go ahead and channel, but be at peace, be in the moment, allow the path to come to you rather than you try to choose the right one. You just make you just make the high vibrational choices to be of love, to be of service, and allow the path to come to you, to develop right in front of you, so that you don't have to make a choice of, okay, what direction do I want to go? You just be in flow, and it'll flow. It'll push you down the river. It'll guide you. Wow. Man, that's amazing. Okay. Wow, that's so awesome. Okay. Well, thank you so much for listening. I'm going to channel now, because this is just so amazing. It really is. I thank you so much. I know they're here right now. I can feel them in me. I can feel them coming to you guys. I'm so excited. I hope you guys can feel that excitement, because it really is so beautiful. And man, this podcast is such a divinely guided, inspirational thing for me to do, and I hope that you guys get that inspiration as well. Seriously, I love it. I love you guys. I love them, and I'm so appreciative of the opportunity to communicate with you and to allow them to come through to you, because it's so beautiful. Anyway, give me a moment. I'm going to take a second and allow Enoch to come through. I can feel him already. He's definitely here. My son, Enoch speaking. My child. My children, to you all. Yes, we are here and have channeled directly through Christopher at this time in this podcast and many, all, that he has provided to you all. This is a truly inspired, godly, divine podcast that is to offer a service to you all. As a teacher, Christopher is here to encourage, to support, to enlighten, and educate all that have come to him on the messages that are brought through him about ascension and the importance it is for your soul to continue to grow in a more enlightened manner. We come to you with words of encouragement and lessons of love and how to truly be at peace with the process. As this podcast has been divinely inspired, guided to Christopher throughout the entire week. His love is immense for all of you, and we hope and pray that this love is truly felt, for he does care about you all, as we do. And this podcast is a direct result of the love that he feels and the service that his soul feels for all of you. It is through this service that we are able to come through this love and service. We are truly grateful for the opportunity to communicate with you all. And it is, as stated, a direct result of the high vibrational choices that are made on a regular basis by all of you that we come forth. This is no small feat, no small task to accomplish in a lifetime. For as you continue to vibrate on a high level, you will continuously allow for more communication to come forth. And as a result, the love that you feel in your heart will expand, and the servitude to others will increase. And this, my children, is what we intend. It is the amplification of love that we have stated before in prior podcasts that is so important when it comes to being of service to others. Your love for others is vitally important and not one that should be taken lightly. Appreciate the love that you feel for so many and understand that it is an important aspect of who you are and what your soul's purpose is on this planetary realm. Be of love. Be of peace. And understand that your peace in the moment is so vitally important to ensuring that you are correctly acquiring the correct path. For it is accurate, as you vibrate higher, your path will be naturally brought to you. And thus the choice is very little. For when you do release into the flow of the river of love, the path will be naturally guided to you. This is no accident that the visual representation of the past in Christopher's mind was spoken of today. These paths are accurate, and your choices are extremely important into the directional flow that you go. The more thought that you put into the process as far as where you would like to go is unnecessary. Release into it and you will find it. There are opportunities all around us to be one with the flow. But it is one of acceptance that is needed and not control that you will find so much more understanding and peace. It is in the acceptance of the present moment that you will understand that in time, divine timing, is important to the soul's path and process. For divine timing is a true energetic vibration that cannot be looked upon as an obstacle. It must be looked upon as a process of peace and love. And the more peace and love that you allow into your heart, the quicker the obstacle can be overcome. It is through the resistance and the fighting of this obstacle, though, that will allow for the stagnation of your process to continue. Release and be of loving service, and the path will naturally flow to you. We are grateful for your understanding, for your love, for your purpose. But each soul's purpose is very different. And this is an important aspect to understand, and one that was brought about currently in this podcast that we would like to elaborate on. Each soul, and we repeat, is different. Your journey is not like the other. Your river energetic flow is one of solitude. It is only your path. There is no path that is shared with others, with the exception potentially of a twin flame, in which souls may be on similar paths, but not the exact one. The river is yours, my children. It is your river to flow, your river to guide, accept guidance from, and to allow for it to run naturally. For it is the resistance of the flow that you will experience frustration, and it is a forcefulness of attempting to put the flow in a particular direction that you will find disalignment. We encourage you all to find peace and allowing the flow to guide you in its direction. I can see, this is me coming up real quick. Enoch, do you mind? I can see it's like we're on a lazy river where you're in a tube and the water is just pushing you where it is meant to go. This is an accurate depiction of the visual that we are placing in Christopher's mind at this moment, a metaphoric representation of the flow of energy guiding you rather than you guiding it. It is a relaxation through the relaxation of the body and mind on the lazy river that we are encouraging you to understand and flow with the energetic flow that is guiding you in its direction. It is the attempt to control this energetic flow that will stagnate. Please do not attempt to control the flow, but be one with it. It is through this flow you will find much peace, much understanding, and much more guidance from us. It is through the stagnation that we struggle to come to be heard by you and your mind, for it is during these periods of struggle that the mind is hesitant or blocked, if you will, from our communication. Be one with the flow and allow for the energy to guide you where it is meant to go. You, as the human soul body, are not meant to control this path. You are meant to ride the lazy river of energy, but not to be of laziness. To be one of work, ethic, strength, love, and of service. Work is extremely important in this energetic flow, but it is one that you cannot control. Follow the intuitive guidance that is within you and study and work towards those goals. For it is the complete effort of the thought, the feeling, and the mind together as one that will allow you to flow peacefully. It is the resistance of the feelings and then the thoughts and then not acting on them that will completely misalign you with your path. Please cease in this process should you choose not to accept the energetic flow will not flow I think I'm sorry, there was a little disconnect there. I think because of my cough. I think what they're saying is if you are if you're not in the alignment to be aware of that, but let me see. Hold on. I'm so sorry about that. I coughed there and it disconnected me for a second. Went off. Let me see if I could just get them back. Enoch speaking. You are correct in your premise, Christopher, that it is the direct misalignment that can cause more confusion. Allow for the energy to flow freely. And we are grateful for this communication, now and always, my son, my children, be at peace. This new upcoming year is an extremely important one for so many of you, for you are finding your true purpose. Some are experiencing the awakening for the first time, and for this, we are grateful for your acceptance of the path. And for those that are currently on, we are extremely grateful for you all, but also for the continuation of the process to come naturally, without force, without control. We love you all so very much and are truly grateful for your presence here at this time. Thank you and good day. Thank you, Enoch. Truly appreciate that. And again, to the audience, I'm really sorry about that cough there. I don't know what happened, but I was definitely feeling it in my throat there. And yeah, I'm sorry about that. So anyway, really cool message that came through today. Man, that was really cool. And thank you so much. I love you all very much. Please go to my website. You know this, opentoenergy.com. Shoot me an email, give me a call, shoot me a text message. I don't care. Whatever way you want to talk to me, anything that you want to learn about. You have any ideas for me? Let's co-create this together, because this is your podcast just as much as it is mine. And I love you all for all of your input. I truly appreciate it. And I truly appreciate them for guiding you to me and for guiding me to you. Like, that's so important, ladies and gentlemen. Together, we are a collective. And we're one anyway. But when you know it and you find peace in it and you accept it, it's just awesome. And being around like-minded people is very much an appreciation that I have. So thank you all so much. Love you all so much. Enjoy your new year. Happy New Year. Happy 2020. Go be of love. Go be of peace. And let's make this world a better place. Thank you.